First at 4, her selection is in the spotlight. VP Vice President Harris now has a running mate, and we're learning more about Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
You are looking at a live picture at a packed venue in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Temple University, where in just over an hour, Walz will make his debut alongside Vice President Kamala Harris there. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Democrats hope that is the ticket to the White House.
7's Robin Simmons is live in the Newsplex with it all. Robin.
Hard to believe this campaign started just over 2 weeks ago. It has only existed for 16 days. Now we have two candidates at the top of the Democratic ticket who hope to win the White House 3 months from today. Again, taking a live look at that crowd there at Temple University, waiting to see the pair together on the campaign trail for the first time. A crowd of supporters outside a mansion in St. Paul, Minnesota, shortly after Governor Tim Walz was announced as the VP pick on the Democratic ticket. A motorcade taking him to the airport, where he hopped on a plane to Philadelphia, where Tuesday afternoon, Walz and Vice President Harris will stand side by side for the first time as running mates. Here's the moment she made the call to Minnesota's governor.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
Why pick Tim Walz?
Sometimes life is as much about the lessons you learn as the lessons you teach.
A 90-second political ad out Tuesday has Walz introducing himself to the rest of the nation as a fighter for American values.
We believe in the promise of America, in those values I learned in Nebraska, and we're ready to fight for them. Because as Kamala Harris says, when we fight, we win.
A vocal critic of former President Donald Trump, Walz praised as a strong progressive with strong ties to rural and white working class voters. He's a former high school teacher, Army National Guardsman, congressman, and has already proven to be an effective messenger. He was one of the first to refer to the top of the GOP ticket as weird, a talking point that has gained traction in recent weeks.
These guys are just weird. That's who they are. So it isn't much else. Don't give them the power.
Tim Walz's record is a joke.
The Trump campaign immediately going after Walz, the vice presidential pick on the Republican side, Senator J.D. Vance criticizing him as extreme.
He's been one of the most far-left radicals in the entire United States government at any level. But I think that what Tim Walz's selection says is that Kamala Harris has bent the knee to the far left of her party, which is what she always does.
The former president's reaction to the pick, much shorter, posting on his Truth Social site shortly after the announcement, "Thank you." And the pair really don't have any choice but to hit the ground running. Less than 100 days to go. Now, after tonight's appearance at that rally in Philadelphia, they will be making several stops in battleground states across the country all throughout the week. Live in the Newsplex, Robin Simmons, 7 News.
And Robin, now that we've heard his name, many want to know who exactly is Tim Walz. From a coach, a teacher, and a veteran, the Minnesota governor has an extensive resume. He's the pick. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, chosen as the number 2 on the Democratic ticket.
He's here today in the state of hockey to complete his trifecta. He lost in 16, he lost in 20, he loses in 24.
Walz, a vocal critic of the former president, among one of the first to throw his support behind the vice president, posting on X the day after President Joe Biden's endorsement of Vice President Kamala Harris. Thanks for the call, Kamala Harris. You have my full support. Let's go win this thing.
To the vice president, she made it clear that she was going to earn the support of folks. She was going to continue to run and continue an agenda that helps the middle class. And I said I'll be there to do whatever I can to help.
What does this VP pick bring to the ticket? Walz is 60 years old with a long record in public service. He served in the National Guard for 24 years. He was a high school teacher turned congressman, serving Minnesota's 1st District in Washington, D.C. from 2006 to 2019. In 2019, he was elected governor. He's been a consistent progressive voice and could help shore up white working class support in the crucial Midwestern blue wall swing states.
There's a new burst of energy. I was at a labor rally yesterday, and I've not seen anything like this for 15 years.
Walz in the Minnesota legislature increased spending for welfare programs, education, and guaranteed family and medical leave for workers. He signed a bill to create universal free school breakfast and lunch to every student in Minnesota. Under his administration, legal recreational cannabis was passed and the right to abortion was added to state law.
Let's talk policy over this partisan politics.
All right, Walz is largely untested on the national stage, meaning his broader appeal still remains a big question mark. We are just 90 days away from the election now. Coming up, our political expert, Brian Fonseca, joins us. He'll be live at 4:30 to give his take on the candidates and the new Democratic ticket.